Start the recording. So guys, how was it? Shall we move on?
Yes.
Great.
Yep.
DOM. So finally we're about to talk DOM. Who can remind me this acronym of DOM? Tell me, guys. Oh, we talked about it many times. Tell me.
Document object model.
Document object model. You know, Piercy, I have all the time follow-up question. You know that.
Oh,
And
no.
then, so document, okay, great. It's a document. Usually the way what we call document is actually we are referring to this, the HTML document. Yeah, it means this, the HTML document. Okay, where was I think we should create a separate file, dom.js, and then I can get that line. DOM. So the DOM, the document part is actually the HTML. This is that document. Object. What do we mean object? I think by now you're familiar with object, right?
Yes.
That means object literal. This document, this HTML document, what the browser knows now, guys, you look at this, the Google page, right? It's actually made of HTML document. We have one element here somewhere, I don't know, it could be an image or some whatever, and we have one input and some HTML elements over here. Yeah, so if we right click, inspect, and let's go here, let's write a document. Yep, we got it, the document. Okay, great. So let's create and see the document. Yes, it gave us for reading purpose like this, but actually it's in a form of key and value. So document dot body, it gives me the body. So do you remember? So now document is the object, body is the, tell me, the key. Yeah. Now I found what we have in the body, and even you can get deeper. So inside the body, because we can also structure object. Have you seen this? It's an object. Actually, this is not the one. Yes, if you see object, we have an object. Inside an object, we can have another object. So object inside object is also possible. That's why. So, but this might not be easy to see. So now I may not start this one. I may stop this one. Instead, I may just create another file called dom.html for this purpose. Maybe I can stop it. I can stop this, and I want to just create a new dom.html. So I want to have yes, and I want to have just HTML. I just want to have the head and title only, DOM, and I want to have a body, and let's just have only one. Yeah, we don't want to have. Okay, so I created this manually, yeah, but did I tell you that JavaScript can allow us to create the whole DOM? Okay, so now I want to attach this. Also script and source and DOM. So let's start this one, right? This. opening the live server. So this is the one we are going to work on after this. I want this to go the other side. Okay, great. So if I have the, I think it's better if I think there's some noise coming, guys. Could you please turn everything off and then I will not be distracted. Let me check. I can mute. Okay, thank you so much. So quiet now. Okay, great. Maybe I think first let's learn accessing or gating the DOM object, DOM. And then finally, we learn also creating and adding attributes. Yeah, let's do this first and then, okay, so, but on the DOM, there's nothing, as you can see, there's nothing. Let's at least create something and access it, okay? So I can create here, it could be P, maybe H1. We are learning, or maybe DOM lesson. DOM lesson. Have you seen this? It says DOM lesson. Okay, great. So we can go to the JavaScript part and say title, maybe. Title. Document get element by ID. By ID. But it doesn't, we didn't give it ID. We can give it an ID. Let's go and give it an ID. Okay, ID. I call it the same thing, title. Yeah, great. So I can't get confused. So const title is equal to document get element by ID, and the name of the ID is title. So, and this one is my variable name. Let's print this console log the title and see what's happening. Oh, have you seen? So that means I managed to capture it. Yeah, when you see this, the value, it looks like just a kind of a string, but here actually it is somehow an object. This title is actually an object. You may call it even title object, but after this, you know it's an object, so you don't have to add object there. Even the reason why I'm using const is to mention, to tell that, or to refer that it's an object. Great. So if it's an object, for instance, I can say title.text content, and then I can replace it with something else. Ta-da. Yes. Because I managed to access that. Even I can give it some style. Title dot style dot color. So as you can see, the title has an attribute or a property style. This style is still a color, so it has different style properties. I can give it now green. Everybody loves green, right? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is gating. We managed to gate what we had. But as you can see, it seems like it is a one, but how about if we have plenty of them? For instance, let me write again something with a P, learn HTML. Learn CSS2. If you know Java script, you are ruling the world. Actually, yes, it's not a joke. Okay, great. How many p tags do you see?
Three.
Yes, 3. Now, if I'm interested to get all of the tags, actually, the title, the get element by ID doesn't help me, okay? Because ID usually refers to one item, if you remember in the CSS lesson. So now I may say, for instance, paragraphs. It should be also paragraphs, or I can call them whatever, but I think paragraphs is a very good name. Yeah, and then I just should const get document get elements by tag name. Have you seen this? By tag name. And what's the name of their tag? P, paragraph. So now let's console this and see console.log paragraphs. Oh yeah, as I have seen, it gives me as an HTML collection. This you can't use for of. Let me try. At some point it was impossible, but let me try. Const p of paragraphs, and if I manage to print, no, console log p. Oh, I think now we managed to use at least 4 of is valid, but at some point I had a problem to use paragraphs dot for each. Too fast. I prefer writing it myself. It's okay. So then console the element. Let's see. Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't support for each. So it looks like a kind of array object, but it's a bit different. It doesn't, for instance, it doesn't support for each. But as you have seen, I managed to use for of. Yeah. So for of, for instance, style and dot color is equal to rate. I can just change their color right away. Style dot color. How about I can see that there is some text content. Yeah, so this for of is also not giving me the result.
Maybe the double equal sign has to be a single equal sign, maybe.
Was it a double?
Yeah.
Yes, it should be 1. Yeah, great, thank you. Yes, so I had the double equal sign by mistake. So I think the for of is also working on HTML collection. So at least we can use the for of or regular for loop. Yeah. As you can see now, you can do whatever you want. But I think if I had also the same problem during the for each, let me see, paragraph for each in the item or the element, and p.style, okay, not element, style dot color green, or maybe just printing out console.log the element. As you can see, a paragraph or paragraphs for it is not a function. So it says that it's not a function, so it's not supporting that. We can use get elements by tag name or class name, actually. Class by class name. So we didn't give class, so we can give it a class. Now we have to comment, so maybe class. And I may say web technology. We are talking about web technology, so I just give it web. And I have to come back here and I have to call it web. Yep, so great. Now what we saw so far already, we saw getting element by ID, getting elements by tag name. As I told you many times, JavaScript was written with a very good English grammar. Get element by ID. It's singular. Get elements by tag name. If we refer by tag name, most probably we will have more than one elements. The same goes for get elements by class name. Class refer to more than one. It's plural again. And these are the available just getting methods, okay? Great. Now let's create. Creating is much better than working on what is created, okay? So even we don't need this, and let's just create. Yeah, we don't need, what we need is just only the body. Yeah. Okay, for instance, do you remember that we have the countries? But before the countries, let's just display numbers over here. Some numbers. What is this? Okay, and we don't need, or maybe also this. Or shall we just put it like, maybe I can just put it as in a copy and paste, and I can just call it one. Okay, now I'm working on here, so I can destroy what we have, because we have the rest in the other. So I want to target the body. Body is equal to document body. You can target it like this. And then after that, actually, body dot text hi. Yeah, but you may not see it because I should write text content. This is just already available high. So how do you know how much? Let me show you, I think, console.log body. I should have. Yeah, I want to turn on this a bit. And I can just also destroy this and have what we had. And I want to show you where we can get those. Yeah, for instance, if I do this, have you seen the different? This is what I'm interested to show you. Every HTML element has all these keys or attributes. For instance, class name, class list, children, nodes, base URL, data set, all this. Inner HTML, inner text. For instance, so far I used just one or two. For instance, if you go style, I have used style, right? Why even I don't know. So yeah, have you seen style? Style by itself, it's an object. So inside style, there are different. I used color, if you remember. Yeah. So text content, for instance, if you go up, I have. Where is the text content? So it should be after all, right? Yeah, because I opened the. I have to close the style. Style has. For some reason, I don't see the text content, but it will be there somewhere. I thought all are arranged on the alphabetical order. But guys, as you can see, these are all the keys, the different keys which I am using here. But you don't need this unless you are just a person who develop games like HTML5 games with JavaScript. You may need this. Yeah, so our time is running away. So now we don't need this part. So let's just and we don't need also on here. I want to comment out and I want to create by myself. Okay, let's generate numbers from 4. Let's I is equal to 0, I listen, or equal to 101, and I plus plus, and console.log 0, or I. Now you know this, right? It generates number, right? Yeah, generate. But I want to display it here. So how do I do that? I have to create every now and then. So let maybe a div is equal to document.create element. And what is that? Div. I want to create a div. And in this div dot text content, I will give it a value I, this I value. And then again, I want to append it to the body. Document.body, append child, the div. So fast. So I will explain to you. Here is creating. We are creating. After we create, we are appending this value from 0 to 100. You know, guys, this value. And then document.body, append child div. So if you want to see now how it looks like the DOM structure, you come here and then let's see how it looks like actually. Why it's not opening for me? Have you seen it? So we managed to create how many divs? 100 divs. So programming is so powerful. Now, if you change this to 1 million, you will create 1 million divs, but don't do that. That's too much. 1 million is too much. 1,000 is okay. Yeah, you have now all the 1,000 numbers already here. It's awesome, right? So now,
Yeah.
if I am interested to color the even numbers, if, okay, I is equal to I divided by 2, and if it's 0, let's go for that. And I may style them div.style.color, and I just change them to green. All the events will be green. Do you see green color? And maybe else. So in the other direction, we can just change it to red. It's so easy to see. And then you don't have to display these numbers like this, and you are a ninja of Java. The CSS div.style. Display flex. If you have been in the flex, but because I didn't have a container, so I have to create a container. So instead of to the body, so I have to have a container here, div, and then I give it a class name or an ID, whatever it could be. I can call it a class, but if that's the case, I have to write extra code, and then I just call it just container, and then I have to go back to the DOM, and then I have to have a const container document.get element by ID, and tell me container. So instead now appending that the container, instead of this appending to the body, actually I can append it to the container. Yes, so now the flex shouldn't be to that, but I can put here container flex. Oh yeah. And then I can give dimension div.style widths. I can give them, for instance, 100 pixel. Nothing changed. And again, I can give it also a height. Yes, the reason why we have a lots of numbers. So for this, we have to use container. Hey guys, do you remember some of the terms from CSS? At least, yeah?
Yeah.
Dot. Now I have to say flex wrap, because everything is in one. Yeah, as you can see now, like we managed to this. Yes, we have this number in the. No, because it's hard to teach different technology at the same time. So if you don't know the CSS now, it could be a bit. Okay, but now, for instance, instead, you can change the background, for instance, background, and background, and it looks like some kind of, oh yeah. So, and then the color, maybe if we can change the color here, div.style.color, maybe white might be going there, and font size, div.style.font size is equal to maybe 60 pixels for the time being, because we want this number to be big. Oh yeah, but we want these numbers to be also center, right? Container dot style dot flex justify content center. Is it? And container style align content again center.
That you have to do with the div, not with the container. So the div style, and then justify. Because the div, the container is the outer one, and the div is the inner one, right?
Yes.
So then, in order for the number to get in the center of the square, you need to change the style of the div, not the container.
So is this going to be here?
Yeah. Div.style.
Yes. Okay.
Just change it to div instead of container.
Okay. Leave. Okay. Wait. Another thing which I can fix also this align. Just if align items.
Or is it text align? So
Yes, text align. Yes, correct. Same there. And I can use the height, another lazy weight div, and style, text style, and height, no, line height. And if I give it the same height, we have 100 pixel, and it will be fixed. And we have too much font size, and if we make it this to 42 something, yes, some kind of Bangladeshi flag, something like this. Okay, so it's scary, right? Scary color anyway. Yeah, so if you do numbers like this, we can do the same for countries. Oh yeah, so let's do for the countries actually. Before we finish, we have some time. I think you don't need any more break. So let's do for the countries. Maybe I think it's better to work on now instead of the small countries. It's okay, let's do for both. And then I call this just again copy and then paste number. Number. So we don't need this anymore, but maybe we need. But do you remember, guys, how to generate a random hexa color? Let me just teach you. Do you know hexa colors usually 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it could be A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the structure, right? And usually your hexa could be with this and 0, 0, or maybe A, or 0, 1, 2, and I think it's already, it should be 6. You know how to make hexacolor, right?
Yep.
So now let's create a function called generate hexacolor. And I just want to create this. How do I create? I just like this, just some string here, and then just put it here. And I need an index which randomly take one of them. How many times? 6 times actually, because I need 6 from these guys. So my loop should be for let I is equal to 0, I listen 6, I is plus plus this. But I have to take once in a while one of this. How many times? 6 times. So I need an index. That index should be made like this: math.floor mat.random and minus string.length. Yes, this usually give us an index, random index of this. And then I call this actually inside the loop, let index. How many times? So then what I do, I will show you. Then I have to, again, let a random, hexa. Hexa is equal to something like this. And then I concatenate everything I get. Hexa is equal to hexa, another hexa, plus stir the index. This is then when I am returning you can return it like this. Hey, you need a hash actually, plus the hexa. Yep, I think this should generate. Let's try. Then console.log, I'm a bit faster, I think, because we're a bit running out of time and I have to cover something. Let's see if we manage to. Yep, I think we managed. Let's see another. But why it doesn't take letters? Oh yeah, it's taking letters. Yeah. So do you believe in this? Let's see. Copy and take it to Google. It should give you some color. Yeah, that's some color. So now I want you to generate, instead of this, we're about to generate 100 random hexa colors. Okay, let's do that. Great. So now I want this code, and then I have to create another. Maybe I think I can just keep it here, but I can, yeah, but I think we don't need this anymore, but I think we can make use of that. So yeah, what we need is actually, let's keep this code at the top. Maybe it's also good. Generate hexa color. It's good name. We don't need it here. Yeah. So now what we do, div dot style dot hexa. No, background color, hexa color. We generate hexa color, and we stop this like different. Yes, this is what we want to do. Yeah, have you seen, guys? Beautiful. But instead of this,
Nice.
so instead of the numbers, let's print the hexa value itself. Yeah. Well, how do you do that? So instead of doing that, actually, you should keep your hexa in advance. Let your hexa is here and store it for some time and use it here, and just put it hexa color. You can call it even color, or even I think it doesn't matter to call it hexa color, just call it your color. And then again, where is it the value? Instead here again, I think you can just call it the color. And now we are good to go. What? Let's do this. Something goes wrong. Oh, this is so nice. We don't say anything. And no bug. Gen hexa color. Let's try console.log. What is happening? Okay, something is happening. Great, that's what I want. Oh yeah, so nice. At least something is happening. So it seems, then maybe I think we missed something. Let color. So is there something? We invoke this. It's invoked. Great. Div to text content color, background color. Yes, color. So why then? Okay, let me just call it red, for instance. Do I see just? No, that's not up. I don't know what's happening here now. Then let's just put this as it was. Okay. Start background. Yeah, this should also work. At least I have tried it with this, right? Okay, let me undo, because I have no idea. It's just taking us forever. And I did just some. Oh, yeah, I removed this part, guys. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so that's sometimes, you don't know what you do. Yeah, maybe we're tired. We've been here for ages. Let's see. Yeah, so now, now we want to change this value to the color. So this should be color. Now you will have, too big. So now you change this to maybe 24 is good enough. And even 24 is too much. Maybe we can use just 18 is good. Yeah, this is your hexa color. Now you can add some feature and you copy, click here. When you just click, you copy the value of this. Yep, we are left with 10 minutes. In that 10 minutes, we have to display the countries with their flags and we call it a day. How about that? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we make it a bit faster, and but I think it's better to start from everything from a fresh, yeah. So I can call this one random. Random hexa. Random hexa. Great. Now we will work on this one. Imagine we don't have anything and we are starting all over again, but we have to go to the 30 days of Python and with more data, not just that single data. I can't see here much data, but I think I may get it in one of the days. Maybe I think if I world country data, and I think the starter, and there should be data. Yes, this is the data I am talking about, and I just copy it like this. Because downloading and saving that is just another. Up to here, copy, and then I will save it inside here. New file, countries, object.js. Yes, and let's see the name of the file, countries again, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, but we have to link that. So, and it should be at the top. Script and countries. It doesn't make sense because we have to differentiate between those two. Object.js. I have to call it countries. I will rename it. Okay. Oh, it's already countries object. Yeah, great. Yeah, but I think also here I have to object. This makes sense. Okay, now let's come to here and see if we have the countries object console.log and just try to see if it is there. Yeah. And now we have to go to this the file we are working on, and we should see all the countries. Oh, we don't have those countries object. No. So did I miss countries?
Could you put the windows side by side?
Yes.
Would be easier.
Yes, that's true. the other
But
side.
you have to import it?
Yes. Okay, countries object. One not defined. Maybe I think the way I wrote it doesn't. So what I should do is just, and what do I see here? That's good. Then why it's not? And subject DOM is not defined.
Maybe in the HTML, should we link it? Yeah.
How about the div container? No, it doesn't affect.
Yeah, that doesn't. Maybe. No, I think might work, right? It seems so. Sometimes, you know, what's wrong in here? Conscious object is not defined. Really? Okay, maybe I can just change. I can make a change. I can call it just C. If I have some typo, I couldn't see that.
So should we define it first before we print out on log console, or?
No, it should be working. It should be working like that.
I thought you had to import it and export it from the other file. So you would, in the countries object, you would export it. And then in the DOM,
No, you don't have to. This because that is when you are working with React, and whenever you have like Webpack, you should do this export thing. But
exactly.
in the pure JavaScript, that is not. You just, the reason why we are linking here.
You have in the HTML, you have DOM.js, no?
Yes, DOM.js, we need it. Yes, it should be there. Yeah, and this should be at the top. Script sometimes, but would.
Is it because you have it in a different file? So you can't just put .dom, you have to put it into the file name and then.
That should be okay.
But there is typo in.
Yes, you know, guys.
Yes.
No, that's not.
No, there is.
No, that's okay, but I have seen.
Because it's in a data file.
Yeah,
yes.
Maybe the directory. Yeah,
right.
Yes, we just forgot that. Yes, this is kind of minor thing. Just now the data is here, guys. You can work on your data. So now it's here. You can loop whatsoever. Yeah. So again, we have to get that honest container. We need the container document dot get element by the ID, and the name is the container. And I told you that this easy way for honest country of countries object. Yes, I think. And then if you want console log country. I think there's some typo again. I can just check it. So countries, what was the name? Oh, I changed it to C. So countries object, great. So not to get messed up, I have to take this name as it is. Yeah, so, but I'm yeah, have you seen all the countries here? Yeah, guys, now it's so easy to put them. Okay, what you need is actually you have this const. Don't do const because you are about to create many times. Document dot create element div. And now I can get lots of information from this. Name of the country. Let's start from just div.text content, and it's not, yeah, but let's keep printing the countries out also there. Country.name, and let's right away append it. Container dot append the child and one of the div. Oh yeah, as you can see. All of the countries. Why not there? Let's also create, this is the div. Actually, this div, I will use it as a container of, then is another, let me just let span is equal to document dot create element. And then I can call it span. So this span can be, yeah, but we have to do that many times, but it's okay. We can create it name. So we don't have to do this print out span dot text. Don't do that. Span the text content. Actually, I changed it to name. Okay. Name.text content and just the name. And then div.append the child and the name. And then now we should say something, no? Okay, let's see, maybe we have a doc. Div append the child. Why? And also you have to see here, create element. Oh, you guys, you don't help? Help me, please. Yeah, so now we can also create this just by copying this. What we need actually is just capital and capital. Programming is full of copy and paste once, and then again, capital. Yeah, as you can see now, you can see some kind of, yeah, Afghanistan, Kabul. And now let's do also for the population. Population in one go. Yeah. Oh, maybe we have to create another div for let div, and this is going to be document create element, and this div is going to be for a flag. So I have to just give it a, then let's create a flag, let flag document dot create element, and it's going to be image. Yeah. And then image has a source, right? Image, no, actually flag dot src is equal to country dot flag, and then you append that div append a child and the flag, and then you will see flag everywhere. Oh, but we should control that. Maybe we can say flag dot width style dot width, maybe like 10% for the now, and let's just control it somehow. Oh, guys, we are running out of time. What do you think? Shall we finish this? Are you hooked?
Let's finish.
Yes, let's finish, as she said. Let's finish it. Yes. Yeah. Now our alignment doesn't look good, so let's do the same because we've been doing that. This container dot. By the way, you don't have to do this. You can go to this. You don't have to write the style. You can write the style here. So inside here, style and the container display flex. Yeah, but I was expecting by now. Yeah, actually, it's not. It is an ID, so it should be. Yeah, something like this. So again, we may say flex wrap. It should be wrapped. What? Display flex. But it's not something like this, right? What did I miss? And the best thing to do, go and see the DOM structure. Yeah, that's how I do. I should, yeah, I know the container is good. Inside my container, I should see this list, and then I see that but I was thinking that I put this in a div, the flag, but I don't see it in at least in another div. Let's see also that. Because div flag, okay, we didn't put to the div flag, okay, so div flag. Yeah, so div flag, append flag, and then we should say div.append child div flag. Now let's see. Yeah, have you seen now the order also? It's like in its div, so it's somehow okay for the time being. And also, if you see the structure now, we have another div container, then we have this. And then even now to structure it even more, yes, what we can do, it's better to put all the other divs. I will show you all this inside another div. Okay, how can we create that? So this is div. That's the external div. I can call this div let div content document dot create element and div. So this is the content we're going to store all these small guys. So what I am trying to do, span, let's collect them together. Yes. And let's collect them together again. Capital and the name text content, that's also okay, but now all this should be div content dot append a child name. And then I want to append all of the population and the capital. Yeah, the plan is actually, I will show you here. What's wrong in here? think there's something wrong, so we have to check. Div append child is not a function. 15. Div append. Actually, even we don't need this. Do we need?
Line number 15. I said only in brace div. Is that okay?
Okay, I think we make some typo here. Yeah, even we don't need to do this. Yeah, we don't need to do this. Name. Okay, div content is not a function. Why? Div content, div. Okay, I think I can see that I didn't create a div properly. Great. But why? Where did we lost the? We lost. Yes. Name dot text content country. That's good, and we append it here. Yes, because I didn't append this to the. Finally, I didn't append that, so I have to append that. Like this, it has to put. Yeah, this has to be appended to div dot append child div content. Yes, this is what I'm trying. And I will show you now the structure of this. It looks somehow much better. If we see now, for instance, this, we have the external, and inside we have two divs structured, and this the content, and this part is the flag. And now it's all about a proper way of styling this these divs. So now let's just see what it looks like. This is how it looks like, but I think we should have much better look. So let's still apply more of the CSS. Display flex, justify content space around. But why it's something like that? Okay, we didn't have widths for that. Container div widths, for instance, we can do it 100 pixel. Yeah, 100 pixels, limbs 150 pixel, for instance. Yes, good. And height also some kind of 150 pixel. It's a bit too much, but we can just keep 150. Yes. And now it's better also to do the span display block, because I want this. And we gave, if you remember, we gave for the, it's 10%, if you remember. Let's just put it there. Let's work on one place for the timing, like just image width 25%, and even that's too small, and we can go for 50%. This is what we have. Maybe now next week what we can add a search here, and we can filter this. Okay guys, yeah, at least we managed to display something like this. And yeah, but maybe I think it's a good idea to have some margin. I feel like having margin. It's good just to have some. Really? How? That's not. Yeah, so we have some. Yeah, great. So I think we should stop here. Let's see what we have covered so far. Next week, you may take a note, guys, what we are going to talk about. Sets and map, destructuring, great. And of course, what we left with, I can go and show you where here it's object-oriented programming. And the rest will be just we work on projects. Okay, so let's have a note. Having a note is much better. So week 6, set and map. Object-oriented programming. That means class and object. Destructuring and spreading. The left working on DOM project. Yes. Then I think what I may suggest you to practice, can you try to implement what I shared with you on Telegram? There are DOM projects. Yeah. I didn't show you how to handle event, but it will not be that much a problem. You may just read how to handle event, or you may also check on 30 days of Python, 30 days of JavaScript. Okay, that would be enough for me for today, and I have to stop the recording.